Inteleon and Iron Valiant are the dynamic duo of this video. Inteleon puts in the finest of work. I can't wait for you guys to see this. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're battling versus Tony Talkhole from the Discord server, but he's also a YouTuber, so go check out his channel. There is a link in the description down below. He does quality Wi-Fi battle content as well. Really would implore you to go and check him out, honestly. Speaking of subscribing, only 36% of people watching this video right now are actually subscribed. So if you do think you're subscribed, just double check, because YouTube has this tendency to unsubscribe people for some reason. It's really weird. And then they'll just keep recommending you the video anyway. So it's like, why unsubscribing in the first place? Anyway, I'm nattering. So with that being said, let's jump into the team preview. Alright, Tony has brought some fire, literally fire. Like, he's got the Torkoal, the Walking Wake, the Typhlosion, the Lilligant, which is really cool to see, Glimmora, and the Jolteon. Jolteon's a nice one to see as well. Typhlosion is so cool. We get to see a non-shiny Typhlosion because I want to see what it looks like with this resaturation mod that I've got on. But yeah, looks like James Pond is going to have a pretty good time here. You know, Ice Beam for the Lilligant if we can get it, the Glimmora, the Typhlosion if we can outspeed it and get Snipe Shot off, and the Torkoal as well. The Walking Wake's a problem though. The Walking Wake is a big problem. My best bet for that is to get rid of the Sun with the Slowking and just kind of go from there. I think I'm going to lead off with Slowking because it looks like they'll lead off with either Glimmora or the Torkoal. So I think that's a good lead. And the battle begins. So Tony's going to lead off with Glimmora. As expected, half and half expected. I kind of expected that or Torkoal. As we led off with the Slowqueen. So that's a pretty good matchup right off the bat. I'm going to go straight for that Surf just to get some damage off early on. And then I'll probably go for a Future Sight expecting a switch. So let's just go for the Surf for now and see how this plays out. They go for a Toxic Spikes, which is an interesting choice to have Toxic Spikes on a Glimmora because of its ability. But nonetheless, it's getting hazards up, so that's fair enough. We go for a Surf. Let's see if we can take it down to its Sash. We don't. Which tells me it's more bulky variant. As I'm going to now go for a Future Sight. No, I'm going to go for a Surf again. I think they will just set up Toxic Spikes again or Stealth Rock, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. They're going to withdraw Glimmora. Are they going to go into Lilligant? That's the real question. They're going to Lilligant. They're going to Scooby, which is going to be the Jolteon. The Walking Wake comes straight in. Okay, so we go for a Surf. That's obviously not going to do much to the Walking Wake, which is absolutely fine by me. Now I'm going to go for a Future Sight because I don't think Walking Wake can really touch Slowqueen. I really don't think he can touch it. Drake and Meteor will hurt, but it won't hurt that bad. They go for a Dragon Pulse. They're just trying to get damage off on the Slowqueen, which makes a lot of sense. It does a lot of damage as we go for a Future Sight. So Future Sight is a great play right there for me because it means that the Glimmora can't switch in anymore. The Typhlosion's not going to want to switch in on anything. The Torkoal doesn't appreciate it, and neither does the Lilligant or the Jolteon. So that's pretty awesome for us. I'm going to go for that nice and powerful Chilly Reception now. I think that's probably the best bet to go for. As they go for another Dragon Pulse, that's going to do a lot of damage to us. They have basically put my Slowqueen out of commission for now. We're going to tell a chillingly bad joke and get the Snow up though, because Snow is always good. The main reason that I have Chilly Reception on the Slowking is not to benefit from the Snow, it's to help get rid of the weather. So Sun, for example, is a big problem with all the Paradox Mons going around everywhere. So we got a free switch on this Walking Wake. We can go into wherever we want, really. I think my best bet to go for is going to be the Sirknight because this thing is definitely choice specs. It's got to be choice specs. So we'll go into Iron Valiant real quick. The Sirknight over here. We are going to take some poison damage from the Toxic Spikes, but that's absolutely fine by me. We don't really care too much about that. As now they have to switch out because they're locked into the Dragon Pulse. I can tell by the yeah, I can tell. So what they're going to do here, they probably go in to take a Moonblast. They probably go into Torkoal or Typhlosion, or they go no, they won't go Lilligant. They go Glimmora maybe. We could go for an Aura Sphere anyway, pretty safely. As they do withdraw Scooby, are they going to go Torkoal? That would be a good play. They go into Glimmora. Glimmora would normally be able to take said Moonblast, maybe not from that health, but it would have normally been able to. But we go for the Aura Sphere, predicting the switch as we take out Glimmora. So that's one Pokemon out of the way. Now just 5 more to go. In comes Guy, which is going to be the Typhlosion. It's not shiny, which is cool to see. We are Choice Scarf. We do outspeed. We could go for an Aura Sphere here, but they will take us out with an Eruption. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go cleanly out into Slowqueen. Is that the right play? This thing's more than likely choice. They normally are. So if we assume it's choice, then we can assume it's going to go for an Eruption right now, expecting us not to be choiced. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't think, even if after Aura Sphere damage, I think we still die to Typhlosion's Eruption. So I think we're better off going into Slow Queen right now. We're going to get poisoned, unfortunately, but it's whatever. We can deal with that later. As they go for an Eruption as expected, it's going to do a lot of damage, probably. It does do a lot of damage. That is choice specs damage if I've ever seen it. So Walking Wake and Typhlosion must be choice specs, because Slow Queen should be able to take those hits a lot better than it did. So now that we know it's locked into Eruption, what's our play here? I think our play is to go into the... I think it's to go into Ceruledge. To be honest with you, I think Ceruledge is the play. I think we might lose Slow Queen here if we don't do that. We could use Slow Queen as a switch in later to the Torkoal. So I think I am going to go Ceruledge. I think Ceruledge is a solid play here. We aren't Flash Fire by any means, but we are a fire type, so we should be able to take the Eruption like an absolute champ. So let's go into the Bandit over here. We're going to break our Sash with a poison, unfortunately, but let's go ahead and see what they're going to do. They do, in fact, go for another Eruption. Can we take it like a champ? It does over half? Are you kidding me right now? Are you actually kidding me right now? It does over half. All right, Ceruledge ain't doing nothing this game. Kind of didn't think it was anyway, looking at the matchup. So I'm going to go for a Shadow Sneak just to get some damage off on this Typhlosion. Just to lower that Eruption's power. As we do a nice chunk of damage to it, it goes for an Eruption again. It's probably going to take us out, unfortunately, as down goes Bandit. So that was unfortunate, but at the same time, we're not in a bad situation here. So what we could do now is the snow has stopped. We've still got Slow Queen at half health. I'm going to go into James Pond, and this is where Inteleon gets to shine a little bit, hopefully. Oh, there's a rainbow. Cool. Anyway, we're going to get poisoned, which is unfortunate, but what can you do about that? Not a lot, not a lot. Let's go for... I want to go for the Snipe Shot, but I feel like it's really obvious they're going to go into the Walking Wake right now. So I think I'm going to U-turn and then Chilly Reception with a Slow Queen, get Regenerator back and all that wonderful stuff. So I don't think they stay in here. I think they definitely switch out into Walking Wake, so I'm going to go for that U-turn real quick, just to get some momentum on our side of the field. They do withdraw Guy, which is a Typhlosion, and they're going to go into the Walking Wake, I'm going to guess. Lily, that's the Lilligan. So Lilligan comes in to take a potential Snipe Shot or Hydro Pump. We go for a U-turn. That's going to do a lot of damage to the Lilligan. So we're in a decent position right now. So we'll get Inteleon out of there. If we can get the Lilligan out of the way and the Walking Wake weakened, we're actually in a very good position. So what to do, what to do, what to do. I think the best play for us to do is to go into Iron Valiant and go for Aura Sphere. I think that's the best play. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We could have gone King Gambit, but they could easily be Quiver Dance, Tera Fire with Sleep Powder and stuff. So we don't want to mess around with that. We don't want to give this thing an opportunity to set up, really. That's the main point I'm going for. So Aura Sphere is definitely the best move to go for in this situation. It hits everything on their team for neutral damage, which is great. And they more than likely go ahead and stay in. They do stay in. They do stay in. That's going to take them out of a critical hit. Don't know whether that mattered based on the U-turn damage. I think Lilligan's pretty frail. But they're taken out regardless, and Lilligan goes down, so that's pretty awesome. In comes Chex Mix. That's the Jolteon. Okay, so Jolteon comes in. We don't want to get hit by that Tera Ice Predict. I think they go for the Tera Ice Predict to get the Great Tusk, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Aura Sphere right now. I think that's probably the best play, because they might Tera Ice here, predicting the switch into the Great Tusk. It's a pretty obvious switch. I'm going to go for the Aura Sphere right now, as they don't do that, which is great. We go for the Aura Sphere again, another critical hit, which is amazing. They go for a Volt Switch. That's going to take us out, unfortunately, as down Sirknight goes. So we did lose our Iron Valiant, but we weakened the Jolteon. We took care of the Lilligant and the Glimmora with it. I think Iron Valiant has done a really good job this game regardless. Subscribe comes in, which is going to be the Torkoal probably. Yes, the Torkoal comes in. So Torkoal comes in. It's going to get the Drought up, which is unfortunate for us. I'm going to go straight into Slow King right now, and I'm going to go for that Chilly Reception. I think that's the best thing I can do. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Go for the Chilly Reception real quick. And did the Future Sight not work earlier? Or did I not go for a Future Sight? I feel like it did go for a Future Sight. What did it do? It didn't do anything, did it? Oh, we must have taken out a Pokemon in its stead. So then, never mind. There we go. They actually go last, which is interesting, because Chilly Reception is negative priority. So have they gone for a Raw here? That's the real question. So we're going to go ahead and get on out of there. As what did they do? Raw? Did they get Raw? Did they get Raw? Did they really get Raw? I don't know. I'm going to go into Inteleon anyway. Inteleon's a fine switch here because if the sun's gone, we can just fire off a Snipe Shot and just get some damage off. They go for a Solar Beam. Solar Beam negative priority? Really? I thought Chilly Reception was negative priority. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just because Slowking's so slow. Either way, we've got this Torkoal in the bag. We've got this Torkoal in the bag. We just go for a Snipe Shot and take it out. Down it goes. There we go. So Snipe Shot gets taken out by the Snipe Shot. Torkoal goes down. They've lost their weather because they went for a Solar Beam, which is fair enough. I think they probably thought they would go first there. I thought they would go first there, but I guess it's not negative priority and it's just based on your speed. Anyway, Jolteon comes in. Speaking of speed, they outspeed us. They KO us. We definitely go into Great Tusk here. I think that's the ultimate switch we can do here. So we're going to Great Tusk. We'll block an electric type move of some kind here. There we go. If they Tera Ice here and predict the switch, I'm going to be really impressed. Really impressed. Really impressed. So they go ahead and go for a Volt Switch. That's not going to work, unfortunately. We don't know if this thing's choice locked or not. I'm going to guess it's not. I'm going to guess it's not. And that they're probably going to either switch out into one of the other two. I think we go Slow Queen here anyway, just to scout for the Tera Ice. But also because if they go into the Typhlosion or the Walking Wake, Slow Queen's a great switch for those. There we go. Going to withdraw the Great Tusk. And we're going to go into our Slowking. Slowking basically walls this thing outside of the electric type moves, of course. They do Tera. They do Tera, which is fine. Tera is going to come through. They aren't choice, which is good to know. They aren't choice. That's good to know. As Jolteon's going to do some... He's not going to do any damage to us, but he's going to be able to Volt Switch the next turn. So I think we Chilly Reception here. They go for a Tera Blast. Tera Blast is obviously going to do nothing to us. There we go. Tera Blast comes through. Nothing at all. We can eat up a Volt Switch from this thing or a Thunderbolt. No problem. I think they go for a Thunderbolt just to get the most amount of damage off on us. In which case, I think I might. You know, because the sun's not a problem anymore. But again, we need Slow Queen. We really need Slow Queen. I think I'll go for a Chilly Reception here. They go for a T-Bolt. That's going to do a lot of damage to us, but it shouldn't take us out. There we go. As we're able to tell a chillingly bad joke. There we go, use Chilly Reception. But it failed. Because it can't make the snow anymore. But it still goes back to you regardless of the failure. So that's good. That's good. So, I think the play is to go King Gambit here. I think that's our only play. That's our only play, really, isn't it? Yeah, let's go King Gambit. And instead of going for what I want to go for, which is, of course, the Sucker Punch, I'm going to go for the Kabuto Cleave because it's very likely they're going to Volt Switch here. Very likely they're going to Volt Switch. So I'm going to go for that Kabuto Cleave real quick. If they might go for a Thunderbolt, they go for a Light Screen. Interesting. So now Inteleon isn't going to be doing too much damage. It wasn't doing any much damage anyway, but they go for the Light Screen. They get that up. Jolteon's going to go down, which is great. Down it goes. So Inteleon did something in this game. It took out a Torkoal. There we go. That counts as doing something. That counts. That's enough for me for the thumbnail. That is enough for me. In comes Scooby, which is going to be the Walking Wake. This thing is terrifying. So we've got a couple of options. I think if they go for a Hydro Steam or a Hydro Pump here, we go for the Kabuto Cleave definitely, and then we follow up with a Sucker Punch the next turn. Kabuto Cleave is powerful than the Sucker Punch, so we'll go for the Kabuto Cleave. They go for a Flamethrower. We should be able to live one of those. Yeah, we live one of those. No burn. Great. Kabuto Cleave comes through. King Gambit comes through. And now we go for a Sucker Punch, which is great. So Sucker Punch can come through and KO this thing. And then they bring Typhlosion in. We bring in Inteleon in. And we just go down from there. So let's go for a Sucker Punch real quick just to try and pick off this Walking Wake. Sucker Punch comes through. That's going to take out the Walking Wake, which is great. Critical hit. Didn't matter because obviously it was on Death's Door anyway. As down goes the Walking Wake. Now it's just a Typhlosion left. Can Typhlosion take a Sucker Punch from King Gambit? That's the real question. And they kind of have to log themselves into Focus Blast or Flamethrower. In comes Guy. Guy is the Typhlosion. So Guy comes in. We go for a Sucker Punch here 100 billion%. Whether it can take a Sucker Punch or not is completely up to the Typhlosion. How's it going to fail? How's it going to fare? Sorry, how's it going to fare? It lives on a sliver and goes for a Flamethrower. It lived on a sliver of HP. An absolute sliver of HP. King Gambit goes down, which is really unfortunate, as we can just now go into Inteleon and finish the game up with the Lizard Boy. Finish it up with James Pond. Let's go for the Snipe Shot real quick and just take this thing out. There we go. Down goes Guy. And that is going to be the game. So GG Tony Torkoll. Once again, go and check out Tony Torkoll's channel. He does YouTube videos like me. He does battles and stuff like that. Really good quality content as well. I would really recommend it. Definitely recommend it. So thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.